In New York City, it's become increasingly difficult to be a creative. With rising rent prices and the gentrification of artistic havens, pursuing creative passions can be challenging. However, an innovative book club has created a community by adding a twist to their meetings: music. Welcome to the Bushwick Book Club. Each month, the members write a song in response to a particular book. In March, it was Zadie Smith's White Teeth. White Teeth is a novel that deals with Britain's relationship with formerly colonized countries by examining two characters, a Bangladeshi man and an Englishman.
And where you were born,
musician and book club member Charlie Nielsen tackled themes of identity and birthplace.
Give up belonging, you belong nowhere. Birthplaces and accidents, you are an accident.
Jessie Colgate takes the language used in the novel and creates her own narrative.
War criminal hiding just on the edge of town, below the radar, trying not to make a sound. Everyone's committed to their own version of the truth.
The community was formed by musician and bibliophile Susan Wang.
I thought, this is so fun. Would people write in response to books? Could I get other musicians to do this? Would they write on a deadline? I didn't know if they would, because songwriting is so personal and everyone has their own process about it. And it's already not easy. I mean, adding a deadline to it, is that just going to make things harder and turn songwriters off? But it didn't. It actually attracted a lot of songwriters.
Wang explained that she has always had an affinity for communicating her thoughts through music.
I'm used to relating to people through what I make. So it's almost like I don't know how to have a conversation with someone unless I have an accordion in front of me or a drum. If I'm not holding an accordion, yeah, it's a little awkward.
Wang has discovered she is not alone in her preferred communication style. Longtime musician Ray Brown looks for every opportunity to infuse music into his daily life. Bushwick Book Club is a reminder of why he started playing music, specifically the genre of anti-folk.
Anti-folk is just this kind of reaction against purist folk in the 70s, 80s. And I was part of that group in the 80s, and they were kind of like punk rock, but we were playing an acoustic instrument, and kind of influenced by hip hop, which is kind of encompasses the Bushwick Book Club, or it falls under that.
Brown continues to explore the genre of anti-folk through the Bushwick Book Club. In April, he performed with the club at the Ukrainian Museum in response to Serhii Zaidan's book of poems, What We Live For, What We Die For.
That money we have is blood money, he is complicit in those killings that we're singing, Sonia Schmigan.
While longtime musicians like Brown see the club as a celebration of the community he was brought up in, younger musicians like Ariel Starling and Doug Lindsay view the club as a way to spread their wings.
So I think Bushwick Book Club, if I meet and see more different musicians who I wouldn't necessarily always encounter, and then I like the challenge of it. Read a book or write a song sort of quickly and then perform it.
Starling and Lindsay join the club together and play in their own band. Both of them are fully dedicated to becoming musicians.
I don't want to be just anyone. What's wrong?
Well, I'm in 8 bands. Well, I'm unemployed right now, so that helps.
However, not everyone in Bushwick Book Club is a musician. Sung Uni Lee, a chef and leader of the Park Slope Food Co-op, prefers to perform with food.
She asked me to do a piece on my own, and I thought about, well, I don't think I can really write a song, and I'm not, I'm not a trained musician, so I decided to use food as my platform.
Every performance, Lee does something slightly different. She has previously made dishes for the audience based on what she thinks the main character of the book would like. However, for White Teeth, she took a more literal approach.
I took the food references from White Teeth and just basically applied it to, I guess it's kind of a comedic act.
She used the sausage to give an audience member a massage, and also held a mashed potato eating competition. Both foods were mentioned in the book.
I'm so enjoying using the food as like a way to talk about stuff, you know? And it seems like every time I do it, it hits somebody's nerve in a good way.
Despite the club's success, there is still fear surrounding the future of these artistic communities.
I've just seen places come and go, and there's always a new place. But at some point in the future, like, there may not be a new place. You know, up until now, something closes, and then this new place opens, and sometimes two new places open. But it does seem like the way New York is going, that there will come to an end of, like, there's no new place. We've reached the limits of the city, and there's no places that want this kind of music or want creative, you know, people there.
However, Starling feels that despite these threats, her passion continues to drive her.
I think it's one of those things where if there was an avenue, like a realistic avenue to pursue it professionally, I would do that. There's not really, but you do it anyway.
Despite these challenges, the members are all brought together by a love of literature. Wang enjoys seeing her vision come to life every month.
Welcome to the Bushwick Book Club, your arts collaboration. I mean, we've done this for 10 years now, and it just hasn't gotten boring. It's interesting every time. It's different every time. And every time I say, it's always like, it's like my Christmas.
For NYU Now, this is Brooke Jensen.